Well, you guys, there's officially more refrigerators in my house than heartbeats. And I'm not bummed about it.
Bring the band in. Woo! Well, all right.
My friends over at NewAir know my obsession with refrigerators. They've been a loyal partner of the channel. They wanted to complete the kind of the quadfecta. 1 fridge, 2 fridge, 3 fridge, 4 fridge. Lionel, you excited about the new fridge? To be fair, he doesn't really get excited about anything that isn't peanut butter, so. How does this complete the refrigerator set? Well, man, I would have made such a good fort as a kid with all this cardboard. Never open things like me. Can I just say that? So I have my main fridge, which is supposed to be for food and not scattered about craft beer and seltzer waters that take up an annoyingly like 49% of the refrigerator space. Look at all this just random beer like scattered throughout here. So many cans down here. I mean, this fridge is an absolute nightmare. Getting drinks out of there is underrated. I got the NewAir wine fridge, which has been a godsend, which is awesome. I did a video about that, link below. And I have my Astro AI desktop, little 6-can banger to reward myself after edits. But what about all this other stuff that I acquire? All these other beers and cans, stuff from video shoots, stuff I just want myself. It needs its own place. Shawnee ain't 23 years old anymore, so he's moving on up in the world. When I watched Entourage in college, I thought like Ari Gold's office clear door mini refrigerator was like the pinnacle. Like if someday I could get that. Today is that day.
If I didn't have a 5-year lease on this place, I'd shut it down and work out of a cardboard box by myself.
And my real ones know, growing up in the Midwest, everybody had a second refrigerator, like a real junkie second refrigerator, either in the garage or the basement. Yeah, people on the West Coast, we had basements, dog. We had a beverage refrigerator, normally stocked with Capri Suns and Faygo Red Pop. And Faygo Rock and Rye, if you're nasty. Is there anything more satisfying than peeling off the factory plastic? Bye. This baby holds 126 cans of whatever you want. You can change all the shelving around to be as tall or as thin as you want. There's a temperature control in here, and check this out. There's a light. I'm not good at keeping this squared away, so we're gonna go ahead and take a bunch of these out and just completely ease my mind in general and just try to get as close as we can to the Ari Gold office fridge. Why is there this many cans in here? Look at how much more cleaned off these two are. Got so much room back.
There's so much space.
And we thought we were cleaned out. Like this is us having quote unquote no beers. Okay, I'm rearranging this so I can have a shelf of tall boy cans in a line so you can see right what I have a supply of. And then I can also set cans up this way, and that way you don't need to dig around and see what's here. Like every single beer option you have, you can see through the door. And then down on this shelf will be ginger ales right here. This will have some tonic water.
They remember you more when you hand out deals. Let's go. We will fit in your box.
And this is just the stock fridge of leftover stuff. I haven't even made a beer run in like weeks. Somebody wants to go take that all out to the recycling, I'll give you a high five. And there we have it. The sickest little mini fridge I ever done had. The first beer run to fill this thing up will be a fun day. Another cool thing I saw about this, if you don't want this to open on this side, based on where you kind of install it, you can flip the door to open on this side.
2 weeks later.
Hey guys, it's officially been 2 weeks since I filmed the beginning of this video, so I could really get a sense of if I liked that beverage fridge or not. And I do, and I'm obsessed. And I moved it into my office, and it's been working famously. Greatly.
Dude, are you okay?
Totally.
Hello and welcome back to the food portion. Welcome back to Sean's first time eating. Now look, I've never had Stouffer's classic meatloaf, and I can probably count on one hand, and you can revoke my Midwest card if you'd like, how many times I've had meatloaf. Not a big meatloaf guy. My dad was a butcher growing up, and we had a lot of meat, but never meatloaf. He'd cook it how it was. He didn't loaf it.
Ma, the meatloaf!
And keeping with the nostalgia of today of having a second refrigerator for beverages, also something nostalgic, meatloaf, especially in the Midwest. I've never had Stouffer's, which I think this is probably the most popular frozen meatloaf, right?
So dig in. They're new from Stouffer's.
So for the very first time, the ketchup glazed meatloaf made with natural asterisk. Beef and pork in a home-style gravy with russet mashed potatoes. Looks pretty solid. Large size. If I eat this whole thing today, 530 calories. Cook it in the microwave for 7.5 minutes. Even for me, that seems trashy. Or in the oven for 40. We're gonna do that because I just feel like it's a little classier to use the big box. Oh, I think kind of like chili, people have such a special feeling for meatloaves. Meatloaves? Loaves of meat. I'm going into this.
How is this food?
I'm going into this thinking it can't be bad. It's just what's the consistency of the meatloaf gonna be? Is it gonna get too mushed up? I imagine the potatoes, I'm gonna eat them with my 4 fingers, will be great too. Russet potatoes in any form, great. Even instant mashed potatoes, fantastic. So I'm gonna pop this in the oven, leave film on product. Whoops. Is there such thing as oven tape? Following directions is cool. It kind of sticks right back on. We'll be fine. God, I'm dumb. 350 degrees. Okay. Oven is preheated by the magic of jump cutting. It's going in. 40 minutes starts now. It only makes sense to crack a beer from the beverage fridge for the episode. 40 minutes. Smells like meatloaf in here, and this thing is bubbling. We were a TV dinner family. My dad still had these when he didn't want to cook, like after a long day, but I don't think he ever had meatloaf. I remember a lot of the Hungry Mans. I remember a lot of pot pies. Let's stand 1 minute.
Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my cell, my pager, and my home.
Oh, stand. Bad joke. If you're wondering if the replacement of the plastic worked, it literally feels like it was stuck back on. Like the cooking cooked it. Look at it, I'm repeeling it. And look at all that steam, oh it worked. Oh it worked, baby. What do we think, zoomed in camera? What do we think about the loaf? As advertised, it is loaf. I think I'm more excited for the potatoes. My stomach is growling. Really can't tilt it too much. That gravy will go, that ketchup gravy.
Dear Stan, I meant to write you sooner, but I just been busy.
Why am I excited? One of my favorite YouTubers of all time, Grace Helbig, used to do a what he looked like on his dating profile, what he looks like in real life. So that's what we're dealing with right here. Fridge keeps them crispy cold. A beer from a brewery in my home state of Michigan, and what I consider a nostalgia meal. If you know, you know. I mean, it goes without saying, New Orthodox, banging beers. The moment you've all been waiting for. How much does it? Ooh, still got some texture. Didn't just mush apart. I'm gonna try, dip it in the sauce here, the gravy. Try this first, without any potatoes, because normally you'd eat this together, right? It just looks like a food that people don't eat anymore. I went to a restaurant recently when I was traveling, I can't remember where I was, and I got the like Mama's meatloaf on the menu because it had a big star next to it and it was delicious. My first time having Stouffer's classic meatloaf. Cheers. Not a lot of flavor. I mean, the texture, it kind of tastes like hamburger, like overcooked hamburger a little bit. The meatloafs I've had from home cooked recipes are like so tender and flavorful and like kind of deep. It's very one-dimensional. It tastes like ground beef and water gravy. Let's try the russet potatoes. I love the film that kind of comes over the potatoes. Like, I know that's gross, but I love the film. Look at the steam. Yeah. That instant mashed potato creaminess. I don't care that it's like processed as hell potatoes. Let's try that with some meatloaf. The potatoes are so much better than the meatloaf. Damn. Man, honestly, because it's like Stouffer's, I thought this was gonna have so much salt in it. And for even then, like, that'll give it a little more flavor. Kind of bland. It's actually, it's fine. It's the taste. It's like eating clumpy water. Boy, oh boy. I could add hot sauce, sure. But I have something in my fridge from another recipe that I never use. I think this is also something that like people, when this commercial was airing online, this is probably the sauce that they were using. You know, it's like you make a bad steak, you use some A1. Let's try some A1. Was there ever a B2 or an A2? Put a bunch of this on this piece. Makes it better. This stuff has been around since 1862. For steak, pork, and chicken. I'll tell you what, it's also for meatloaf. Meatloaves. Okay, potatoes, meatloaf. Some 1862. See ya. That's the bite. A1 is one of those sauces that if people like it, you cannot insult it in front of them. They will murder you. I mean, it's really not bad. That brings it all together. Wow. Just revived the whole thing. I'd love to hear from you guys. What's the most nostalgic, like, frozen food that you can think of? Like, from when we were like kids, or like, I would never buy this if it wasn't for this vlog. What is that thing for you that you've passed by in the grocery store maybe for years and you haven't ever eaten it, or like your parents used to eat it that you still see as around? Dude, this needed A1 so badly. A1's #1 ingredient, tomato puree and lots of raisin paste. What's that? I hope you guys enjoyed this one today. I've been so psyched to show you that beverage fridge. That's been a dream of mine to have that glass door refrigerator. I'm so psyched to have it. Thanks to NewAir. If you want one, 10% off the website price. All the info's below. Click on it, buy it. I love it. I give my Shawnee stamp of approval. Shawnee fridges, dude. Shawnee 4 fridges. If you don't want a skimp and you want one for a long time, this is the one to have. All the reviews say so. A huge thanks as well to the Rory Boyle fan club. 5 bunks a month. A bunch of people keep joining that. Their names are always at the end of the videos. If you want your name at the end of every video, donate on that. Helps the show. I got some real fun ones coming up. I got a deli way west on Belmont. I got a Thai place that I've never had very close to here, just down the street. We've got some more canned meat episodes coming. We've got it all. If you buy this, make sure you have a tasty, get some A1. Have a tasty sauce on the side, a little sidecar. Instant potatoes, ain't nothing wrong with them, even though they took 40 instants. They make such good beer. According to my receipt, this Stouffer's classic meatloaf, $2.99 on sale, so hot damn.
Oh, damn!
Stouffer's classic meatloaf up. I ate it all. I'm gonna dip the potatoes in gravy. Stouffer's classic meatloaf down. Like I always say, be good to each other. Glad I can say I did it. You know?
Baby, you know it. You're losing patience with me, but baby, don't show it. Ooh, isn't this what you wanted? But you're blowing up my phone 'cause I didn't come crying.